Welcome to Inner Light. I'm Amy Steinberg. So happy to be here with you. I invite you this afternoon or morning when you're watching this to shine. Be glorious. Shine, be glorious. Reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious. Reflect the divine. Spirit of mine, Spirit divine, let me shine your light. I open my heart, even in the dark. The light of my God always shines bright, even in the night. Shine, be glorious. Reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious. Reflect the divine. Spirit of mine, Spirit divine, let me shine your light. Let me be a vessel, yeah. Let me be a vessel, yeah. Let me be a vessel of love. I open my heart this miracle day. The love of my God gives me it all the good I can take. Come on. Shine, be glorious. Reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious. Reflect the divine. Spirit of mine, yeah. Spirit divine, let me shine your light. Sing with me. Let me be a vessel. Let me be a vessel. Let me be a vessel of love. One more time. Let me be a vessel, yeah. Let me be a vessel. Let me be a vessel of love. Shine.
Thank you, Amy. That's Amy Steinberg. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Reverend Deborah Johnson. Thank you for that musical invocation. This is Inner Light. This is Inner Light Ministries, and I welcome you. Regardless of where you are, what time of day that it is, or whenever it is that you're tuning into this, I know that it is the divine right time. At Inner Light, we are a radically inclusive spiritual community. We have everybody up in here. I'm not kidding when I say everybody. All political persuasions and anarchists. We have atheists. We've got Buddhists and interfaith. Everybody's here. People from the left, people from the right, carnivores, vegans. We are working it out. We are working it out. King said decades ago that 11 a.m. on Sunday morning was the most segregated hour in America. It's still true. It's still true. Now, I have nothing against people celebrating in their own cultural traditions and keeping their spiritual legacies alive. But what I am saying is that we are here for such a time as this. And we're not going to be able to bring forth the world that can work for everybody. We can't bring forth the world that's socially just and environmentally sustainable and spiritually fulfilling if we're just all hanging out in our own little silos. So we invite you into the journey of oneness, where the unity doesn't mean uniformity, quite the contrary. Every time the universe expresses, every time something comes from the invisible world into the manifest world, it never does the same thing twice. Never. Even something as seemingly insignificant as your baby fingerprint has its own imprint. Isn't that extraordinary? There's never been another you. There's never been another you. You can't wait around to see if somebody else has lived the life you want to live. It's waiting for you to live it. So we come here to be pioneers of possibility. Pioneers of possibility. We provide tools for living that encourage the practical application of universal spiritual principles to all of life's circumstances. And I do mean all of them, from the most personal to the political, from the most individual to the most collective consciousness, all of them. That's what we do. And we support each other in the usage of that. And I'm telling you now, it's no drill. We're in some interesting times, and now is not the time to dummy down. Now is not the time to hide out. Now is not the time to live in fear. Hence, today we're going to be talking about victory in the midst. Victory in the midst. Not just when it's all over, but victory even in the midst of it. One of the tools that we offer every week, it's 100 words, 100 words to change your life. These are affirmative activations. They're not just syllables. They're not just sentences. They are paradigms. They're precepts. They are processes. They're practices. They're perceptions. They are ways of recalibrating your energetic field so that you are in alignment with your highest aspiration. Listen to what I'm saying. We have this extraordinary capacity as human beings to think one thing, say something else, feel something else, and then do something entirely different than that. Okay? And that disparity is an energy leak. It's an energy leak. It puts us at cross purposes with ourselves. So we neutralize it. We pray and then we worry. We say something wonderful and then there's something disparaging that comes right afterwards. We're here to bring it all together, to help it align, to all come together. And that's what the affirmative activations will help you to do. But here's the thing, like any tool, you have to use it. You have to use it. When we say them now, which we're going to do, that's not like checklists off, affirmations done. No, this is just like a sneak preview of the work for you to do. This is just introducing you to these concepts so that you will come back. Come back. You have to repeat them. Just like planting seeds, you have to unearth something. You can't just drop it by the wayside. You have to move something to make room for it. Then you have to tend to it and you have to nurture it. Okay? For something to become a belief, for something not to just be an idea that's running around in our head, but a deep belief, it has to be reinforced. You believe what you believe, not because it's true. You believe what you believe because that's what you've heard. And that's what you've told yourself. And that's why you believe it. We can't take things out of our minds. We can't snatch out the stuff that's not true. We drown it out with truth. You have to supplant you push it out, you push it out. So the stuff that's not true goes back further and further and further and further. It doesn't get out of your head, but it's like it's archived, like way back there. And we have no reason to retrieve it. So that our minds are trending now on the stuff that's good and that's possible. Let your mind trend on these kinds of affirmative activations. If you are in any way at all able to, I want to invite you to right now say these affirmative activations with me as they appear on your screen. I seek to be a blessing wherever I go. I yield to divine wisdom and inner guidance. I know that all things are working together for my good. I pierce through the veil of all illusion and perceive the goodness at hand. The universe rushes its resources to me. Something within me propels me forward to greater excellence. Something within me quiets the anxious heart and chatter-filled mind. I have the stamina to transcend for a clearer view. I have the courage to claim victory even in the midst of challenges. Never late or absent, God is always right on time. Just breathe that in. Breathe it in. And I'm going to invite Amy to come back and give us a little musical inspiration to help cultivate our consciousness for the message.
This is inspired by that last line, everything being right on time. This is my song called Exactly. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am a blessing manifest, and I can't undress the moment. Naked time unwinds beneath my mind, and from within I find the kind of beauty only I can find. Yeah. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. Surrendering so willingly to be the perfect me inside this now, and truly, how else could it be? Destiny, she blesses me. Destiny, she blesses me. Yeah. And when I try to fight or run, I only wind up back at square one. And when I think I know what's best for me, well, love takes me back to exactly where I need to be. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. Divinely timed and shining brightly, yes. I believe that there's a purpose just for me. Yes, I believe that we are light and we shine infinitely. Oh, yeah. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am not aimlessly existing. See, I am in perfect harmony with universal energy, and I'm truly free when I accept my own divinity. Yeah. And when I try to fight or run, I only wind up back at square one. And when I think I know what's best for me, well, love takes me back to exactly where I need to be. And when I am all alone, full of fear. Just remember, the rising sun always appears, and every day miracles, miracles that I see. Will you take me back? Take me back, yes, you take me back. You take me back to exactly where I need to be. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am. Right here, right now. I am exactly where I need to be. I need to be exactly where I am at inner light.
Thank you. Thank you. That's Amy Steinberg. Yes, we are exactly where we need to be. Just breathe that in for a moment. We're talking today about victory in the midst. Victory in the midst. You know, so often when we're going through things, we want to know, like, when is this going to be over? Just when is this going to be done? When am I going to be finished with this? When can I claim the victory? Listen to what I'm saying. We're waiting for markers. We're waiting for external things. We're waiting for things to shift or to change or whatever before we can definitively claim the victory. Newsflash. Newsflash. It's the other way around. Listen to what I'm saying. It's the other way around. It isn't that you'll believe it when you see it. You'll see it when you believe it. You'll see it when you believe it. You have to claim the victory even in the midst. You don't wait till it's over. Quite the contrary. The sooner you claim that you already have the victory, the sooner it will be over. Listen to what I'm saying. We protract things. We sometimes make things go on so much longer than they need to go on, feeling that we're defeated, feeling like it's hopeless, feeling like it's impossible. So we are infusing that perception, that idea, and then perpetuating it. Then we feel helpless and hopeless from our own self-prophecies. We already declared it. Not now, later. Only if, and can't be until, and what about, and all of these exclusions, all these different things that we put in our consciousness, and then we get frustrated at the delay. We get frustrated at the waiting. You know, I get these spirit downloads. And I remember one of them so beautiful. It's in the Sacred Yes, where the spirit voice says, I know that you think you're tired of waiting on me. I said, but aren't you tired of waiting on you? Aren't you tired of waiting on you? Your dreams are waiting for you to come true. You're waiting for your dreams to come true. Your dreams are waiting for you to come true. And then I love how it concluded. It said, I don't get tired. So I just simply wait. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? You claim the victory even in the midst. Well, you say, well, that feels fraudulent. That feels like some kind of spiritual bypass. Well, that feels all Pollyannish, like you're not dealing with the facts and you're just making up a whole bunch of stuff to make yourself feel better. Well, you know what? Is speaking spiritual truth any more of an illusion in what you're speaking? Since you truly can't predict tomorrow, what makes your doomsday prophecy more real than speaking spiritual truth? Pain pushes until vision pulls. Pain pushes until vision pulls. And it's the most amazing thing that if you ask people, well, what do you want? So often they can't really tell you. They can't really articulate it. But you ask them what they don't want, oh, they got a litany about that. They can give you a whole expose. And even when I'm working with them one-on-one in coaching and try to get them to reframe it from the negative to the affirmative. Like if somebody is saying, well, I don't want relationships with drama all the time. Okay, so what do you want? Well, I don't want so much drama. And it's like, no, what do you want? Well, I want it to be easier because I'm just so done with drama. And it's like, no, what do you want? Oh, what does it look like? Oh, well, I want relationships with grace and ease. I want relationships that are fulfilling. And then they might start getting into the negative again. You know, I want relationships where, you know, they're not playing a bunch of games. Oh, you're telling me what you don't want again. What do you want? What do you want? Because here's the thing. The universe doesn't give you what you pray for. The universe gives you what you think about. Listen to what I'm saying. The universe doesn't give you what you pray for. It gives you where your attention is. Your attention is energy. Your intention is an order. Your attention is a demand in the universe to bring something forward. Before the message, in the opening remarks, I was talking about how we can be reinforcing thoughts and that makes something trend. So if there's a subject matter that's going on, let's just say it's about race or racism, okay? And that's what's trending on the news and social media. You don't know. You don't know whether people are pro-racism or against racism. All you know is that that's the subject matter. And if that isn't a subject matter that you really want to see manifest and more of, then you need to watch how much you are helping the algorithm of that being the topic and the discussion. I'm not saying run away from it, okay? But I'm not spending all my time talking about racism. I'm talking about justice. I'm talking about equality. I'm talking about oneness. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like talking about the racism would be like the pain pushing. But then you have to have the vision pulling. You got to have the vision that's pulling. That means you got to change. We have to change. I remember they used to have a joke in church, how everybody wanted to go to heaven, but nobody wanted to die. Everybody wants to transform, but nobody wants to change. I was reading a couple inspirational quotes this morning, and there were two that were very similar that really hit me. One is a guy, George I think he pronounces his word Lichtenberg, who lived around the time of the American Civil War. I think he's German, had a short life, I think only like 33 years or something like that. And he's quoted as having said, I cannot say that things will be better if we change. What I am saying is that we must change for them to get better. He said, I can't tell you that it will be better if we change, but we have to change if it's ever going to be better. It was reminding me of what James Baldwin said, famous African-American 20th century poet, playwright, author. He says, just because we face something doesn't necessarily mean it can be changed. However, nothing can be changed unless you face it. Facing it doesn't guarantee it's going to be changed, but it can't change unless you face it. Unless you face it. So take a breath. Take a breath. A lot of the news that so many are trying to run away from because it feels divisive, or it just feels like there's too much angst, or whatever that stuff is, or that we're regressing, or that we're going in the wrong direction. Take a breath. A lot of this is answered prayer. Just let that sink in for a moment. A lot of this is answered prayer. You can't heal what you don't feel. You can't heal what you don't feel. This is true personally. This is true social-politically. Feel, deal, heal. Feel, deal, heal. If you're saying yes to healing, that means you've got to face some stuff. That's what that means. And here's the part that most of us don't quite understand. When you are praying for a certain something, everything unlike that has to come up to be healed. Listen to what I'm saying. When you're praying for something, everything unlike that has to come up to be healed. So let's just say you're praying to be a better parent, or you're praying to be a better significant other. Guess what? Before you make that quantum leap into being like the better parent or the better partner, you're going to get in touch. You're going to get in touch with the things that you have been doing that have been blocking that have been getting in the way of that. But that's the good news. That's the good news. I remember when Barack Obama got elected, and I felt like if one more person told me we were now post-racist as a nation, I was going to scream. You have to have a tea party if you have something like a Barack Obama. It just has to be. There is the reaction. Listen to what I'm saying, whether it's in you personally, whether it's in us collectively. When you're moving towards a certain something, all of the stuff of the status quo is going to rise up. No, we can't change. We can't let this go. Remember the good old days? And I don't care what it is. Even if you really want to get rid of it, even if it's something like alcoholism, and you really don't want to drink anymore, guess what? In that little moment of weakness, Johnny Walker gonna be like, hey, come on. This is what's going on everywhere. We try to go towards equality. We try to go towards freedom. It's like, hey, remember how good it used to be? But we didn't have to worry about all this justice and equality stuff. You know, remember how that used to be? And we have to live through it. Listen to what I'm saying. We can't just get mad and blame everybody else for everything that's going on when they're just playing a role in our movie. In our movie. If you know it's time for you to leave a job and you overstay, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? You're going to wind up pushed out. Pink slip, reorg, demotion, and then you're going to be pissed. You're going to be pissed, and you didn't even want the job. You didn't even want it. That relationship you really wanted to be out of, they leave you. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. And then we want to get mad at that stuff. But that's the universe answering your prayer. That's the universe moving you along. If you don't step with it, then you get a pink slip, you get evicted. Even a baby being born. It's like, there's time, you got to get out. It's time. And if you won't accept the pink slip, hey, we're going to do a C-section. You're going to get evicted. That everything has this moment where it has to shift and it has to change. Claim the victory in those moments. See, claim the victory in the process. Claim the victory when the opportunities are coming up for you to shift, for you to change, for you to grow into the answered prayer. The upheavals, whether they're in your life or whether it's in the social political arenas, the upheavals are your answered prayer. Even the fact that there's so much drama about people feeling like they've got to take something back. Well, the only reason why you feel like you got to take it back is because you think you already lost it. What I can tell you, like Martin Luther King Jr., when he said the days of segregation are over, he said you can be certain of that. The only thing uncertain of it is how costly the segregationists will make the funeral. That's what we're in now. See, the days of supremacy, I don't care what it is, whether it's species supremacy, whether it's racial supremacy, gender, sex supremacy, nationality, religion, sexual orientation, language, economics, I don't care what it is. It's over. It's over. It's not sustainable. It's not life regenerating. The cost of maintaining it is high. The cost of letting it go is also high. And people say, well, Reverend Deborah, it's so hard. It's so hard. Like all this change stuff that you're talking about, it's so hard. You know what? I contend that staying where you are and staying stuck is harder. Listen to what I'm saying. As hard as you may think that it is to change and to evolve out of a certain situation, whatever, relationship, a residence, a career, whatever, I contend that the toll that it takes on you to squash your authenticity, to squander your creativity, to be imploding, not just exploding, but imploding. It's going to take its toll. It's going to take its toll on your health, on your general well-being, your outlook, your energy. It will be exhausting, because a rut is not a lack of motion. A rut is the same motion. That's what a rut is. A rut is repetition. It's doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. But you don't have to stay in a rut. You don't have to look out and be afraid of anything. No weapons formed against us shall prosper. You don't have to be afraid of anything. If you be one with God as we are, who or what can possibly be against us? We're not made to be just little cogs in the wheel of the machinery of materialism. That's not why we're born. We might have been relegated to that through some man-made stuff, but your divinity is divine. Your divinity is about authentic expression, about creativity, about love, about compassion. It's about strength. It's about courage. It's about agency, self-determination. You're about freedom. You are a verb. You are a verb. Live your life, not on the layaway plan. Don't live your life on the, well, I'll see how much is available for me depending upon how much is left over. No. We don't live in a trickle-down universe. It's not the universe that we live in. Doesn't work like that. There's a theory in economics of trickle-down, which basically is a very capitalistic idea that says that everybody always operates in their own self-interest and that more is always better than less. And it's this idea that people who have a lot of money, that their desire for wealth is so incredibly insatiable that if they're given more money, they're going to try to make more money. And that in their making more money, they're going to create some jobs and some opportunities for other people to get hired. So the quest of the super rich to make more money will have some benefits that'll trickle down to the rest of the people. That's not how it works. Listen to what I'm saying. We do trickle-down spirituality. We do trickle-down spirituality. Spiritual leaders like me, we get put up there on some kind of pedestal with this idea that somehow if we keep doing our work and we keep growing and we keep going deeper, then the fruits of our insights are going to trickle down to everybody else. And they'll get a little workshop here, or they'll get a little class over there, or they'll get a little book or a little program, a little podcast or whatnot. Quit waiting. Quit waiting for somebody else to reach all their glory so you can have the crumbs of whatever is left. You haven't been given that kind of a spirit. You haven't been given a spirit of timidity, of fear, of cowardice. You have been given the spirit of dunamis, of power, which also means possibility, pure agency, pure capacity. That's your spirit. That's your spirit. Doesn't have markers. Things don't have to be at a certain point in time before you live in that. Claim the victory, even in the midst, because all things are working together for you. They're working together for you. I used to think that meant that eventually it will all work out. But that Greek word that's being used for together is, I think it's pronounced soon, which speaks of concurrently, like in that moment as it is unfolding, not later on, it'll all come together, but as it's being pieced together now, it's for your good. Take a breath. So I challenge you. I challenge you. When you're looking at your life, when you're looking at the outer environment, and you're seeing all these things that you think are bad or that you don't like, I want you to rename it. Claim the victory. Say, all of this stuff is happening for our good. All of it. Because now we can see, now we can move, now we can grow, now we can let go of some stuff. Now we can hospice out the old so we can bring in the new. Can't do it at the political level if you can't do it at your personal level. Not happening. Be it. Whatever it is you want Congress to do, you be it. Whatever you want the White House to do, you do it in your house. And let some stuff trickle up. Because that's how the universe works. Not trickle down, but when there's a massed swelling that's happening organically from the ground right on up. And boom. Nurture those roots. Claim the victory now. Let's take that in. Let's take it to prayer. As we turn within in this moment, we release all concerns, worries, fears. We release the timetable, the hopes, the dreams, the expectations. We lay them all down at the altar. And we allow the refiner's fire, the alchemy of the divine, to melt it all down. We mold it and reshape it. Thou art the potter, and we are the clay. This is what I know in this moment. There's nothing that we would hold on to. There's nothing that we would try to keep away from the touch of the divine. Take all of it. Take all of it. We don't judge it because we know that the great I am wastes nothing. Like a huge cosmic compost pile, it's just taking all of it. So whatever it is that we're holding in our hearts as guilt or shame, whatever we're holding in our hearts is judgment or blame, lay it on the altar. And we can watch Spirit, the divine, transform, transmuted into all needs met. Oh, the intelligence that has the wisdom to make the star. It's the same wisdom that makes ourselves. It's not something else, it's the same thing. And like the psalmist, I too wonder sometimes, what art man that thou art mindful of us? I don't get it. I don't know why God loves us so much to share all of his power with us. I don't have that kind of love. I wouldn't do it. But thank you, God, for trusting us that much. In this moment right now, I speak a word of forgiveness for those places where our hearts have been shut down, where we've stayed stuck, refused to move, refused to release. Create in us a clean heart, oh God, and renew a right spirit within us. I give thanks in this moment for our daily bread, for the manna from heaven, knowing that as our shepherd, we do not want. I know this with every cell and fiber of my being. I give thanks in this moment right now for the Holy Spirit, for the Comforter that keeps watch with us in the midnight hour, for all of those hearts that are grieving, that are mourning, for those people, places, and things that are transitioning because they are complete. I pray in this moment right now that we can pry our little fingers off. Say, go. Go, God. Literally may the force be with you. This is our prayer. And I know that it comes through as all needs met. It is good. It is done. I get out of the way. I allow it to be. And so it is. Amen and amen.
Put it on the altar. Yeah. Put it on the altar. Oh, the pain. It ain't as bad as staying the same. I said the pain of change, it ain't as bad as staying the same. And sometimes the sunshine only comes after the rain. Listen to me. You see it when you believe it. Acclaim the victory and then receive it. What do you want? Think about it, 'cause your attention will bring about it. Where your attention is energy. So what you think about gonna come to be. Yeah. Oh, so let go, put it on the altar, yes, and the pain of change ain't as bad. It ain't as bad as staying the same. No, yeah. The pain of change, oh, it isn't as bad as staying the same. And sometimes the sunshine only comes after the rain. Oh, oneness, justice, equality. Thinking about these things are gonna bring to me oneness, justice, equality. Oh, thinking about how these things are gonna bring them to me. We must change to see possibility. We must change to see the misery. And you can't heal what you don't feel. So feel, heal, and deal and change. Yeah, yeah. Trend to the good. We're trending to the good now, yeah, yeah. 'Cause see the pain of change, it ain't as bad. It ain't as bad as staying the same. I'll sing it one more time. Set the pain of change. It ain't as bad as staying the same. And sometimes the sunshine, sometimes the sunshine, sometimes the sunshine only comes after the rain. Yeah.
Thank you, Amy. Amy Steinberg strikes again. You just amaze me how you could pull all that together right after a message. Thank you so much.
I love you.
Thank you. And we are praying community. We're praying community. So there are prayer practitioners. These are people who have trained for years to hold the high watch, to know with you. And even if you're too tired to pray for yourself, that's what they're there for. Or maybe there's something that's wonderful and just two or more standing in agreement can help create that portal of manifestation. Bottom line, we got your back. We got your back in prayer. You'll see scrolling around your screen right now, there's different ways to reach our prayer ministry. You can give us a call, 831-465-9090 at extension 254. You can send us an email, the number 4, the word prayer, at innerlightministries.com. And one of our prayer practitioners will get back to you. Nothing can. It will be responsive to your need. All confidential. There's no charge for the service. Of course, donations are always appreciated, but don't let there be any reason to block you or stop you from availing yourself. Or send the word to somebody else. We're there. There's a lot going on in the world right now. You don't have to do it alone. That's what we have, spiritual community. Take a breath. And speaking of not having to do things alone, please follow us on social media. You can go to our website as well. There's a calendar of events, so you can see all the different things that are going on, that are happening both virtually and that are happening in person. Sometimes it's a combination. Heads up. So in Santa Cruz, the first Sunday of every month is when we have our gathering at the Resource Center for Nonviolence at 3 p.m. When there's a holiday, like this coming weekend, it's going to be Labor Day, we push it off a week. Okay. So we're not going to be meeting the first Sunday, we'll be meeting the second Sunday. I think it's like the 9th or the 10th. It's like somewhere around there. So just keep that in mind, that it'll be, if you're in Santa Cruz, it'll be 2 weeks from today, if you're looking at this now in real time. Check out our calendar. There's just wonderful things going on, and we appreciate you being in spiritual community with us. Now is our time of conscious giving. Now is our time where we are claiming that victory right where we are. We're not waiting for things to change, but we realize that we are a part of the divine circulation of the goodness of God now. You'll see on your screen that there are some various ways in which you were able to do that. You know, there's a statistic that's actually true, and I've known it from my own experience, which is that people with the lowest incomes actually give more. What they give is a greater percentage of their total disposable income because they know they're tapped into something. They're not thinking that all of it is on their might. If they got 6 mouths to feed and then there's a 7th or 8th one that shows up, it's like, okay, God, you're going to multiply this. There's a faith that comes when you know that you are a part of that divine circulation. Okay. So I invite you to make a contribution to this ministry. As a spiritual leader, what's most important to me is that you make the contributions, okay? That you open up yourself wide so that you can be a great receiver of life as well. We're an independent spiritual community, so all of our funding to carry on our programs, comes from individuals like you. You'll see that there's a QR code. You can use a mobile device. You can use any debit or credit card through that portal. And I encourage you to check out the reoccurring, the monthly. I give monthly to many, many different organizations. And it's your way of saying, I'm there, I care about you, I support you, count me in. Count me in. If you're online, you see that there's, you can do it right there. If you're on our website right now, or you want to go to our website, there's donate buttons there. You can do Cash App on $ Inner Light Ministries. This will come up again at the end. But I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you who give diligently, particularly our pledge partners who've been with us for many years, as well as those of you who are participating reoccurring through our online portals. You make a difference. You make a difference, and may you be blessed by the generosity of your own giving. So I'm going to invite Amy Steinberg to come on back and give us a final blessing.
The light of love shines through me. I am divine. So I'd like you to join me with this one. You'll learn it as we go. The light of love shines through me. The light of love shines. That's right. The light of love shines through me. Shines through me. I am divine. I am divine. My mind lives peacefully. My mind lives peacefully. Peace is in my mind. Peace is in my mind. My mind lives peacefully. I am divine. I am divine. Love and peace. Love and peace shines and lives. Shines and lives. Love and peace. Love and peace grows and gives. Grows and gives. Love and peace. Love and peace is in my heart. It's in my mind. I am divine. The light of love. The light of love. Come on. Shines through me. Yeah. The light of love shines. The light of love shines through me. I am divine. I am divine. You are divine. Sing that with me. You are divine. Then we as a community, we are divine. Yeah.
All right, let us take this consciousness and multiply it. Peace and blessings to you. See you next time.